You missed some important news from the LGBTQ plus community this week. To ensure you are current, we are recapping that important news. Here's what you may have missed.
It's Queer Up Sports, which is funny that I'm reporting on it. Dodgers Pride Night shows higher than usual attendance despite protests against drag nuns. The LA Dodgers Pride Night stirred up controversy when the team chose to honor the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, a move that drew protests from the religious right. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who recently launched his 2024 presidential bid, tweeted in support of the protesters and claimed the stadium was virtually empty. Some conservatives circulated photos and videos which were reportedly taken before the opening pitch of a nearly empty stadium. DeSantis said in a tweet, quote, "The virtually empty stadium for the game itself was a powerful image. Americans are fed up with the nonsense and are fighting back," end quote. According to Forbes, Friday's game surpassed the team's average attendance of 47,800 people. Joe Jareck, Senior Director of Public Relations for the Dodgers, said in a comment, quote, "Our paid attendance on Friday night was 49,074 attendees, leading up to the team's 10th annual LGBTQ plus Pride Night. The Dodgers disinvited and then reinvited the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, a nonprofit order of queer and trans nuns, which some religious conservatives found to be offensive to Christianity and Catholicism. Conservatives appear gleeful that they may have just scored another culture war win, this time through Major League Baseball's Los Angeles Dodgers, but they claim to have successfully boycotted a Dodgers game for its LGBTQ plus pride participation and guests, notably echoed by presidential candidate Ron DeSantis, appears to be false. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we reported on the Dodgers and the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence a few weeks ago. I'm glad they brought them back. Yeah. I'm glad to see that the numbers were higher than their average was. I'm glad that you can throw it in the face, but the problem always remains. You repeat false information repeatedly, people will believe it's the truth. Mm-hmm. And so no matter what we put out there, there are images of the stadium empty prior to the game starting. Yeah. And so...
And those were the pictures that they decided to use.
Exactly. Right? Those are pictures that they tweeted out.
Yeah, not the pictures of 49,000 people. You know?
Gates open at 5.
Seriously.
But 7 o'clock is when the game starts.
Right, like they're still setting it up, and that's the picture that they use. Again, I don't like football, but it is what it is, all right? So
I thought it was hockey.
You're both very fun.
Look, I didn't like that they had invited them and then uninvited them, right? Because like if I was the sisters,
there was a big uproar
if I was the sisters, I would be like, screw you, I'm not coming back.
I'm glad they came back.
But they've got more grace and they're, bigger girls than me, so I can totally understand them coming back. And look, 49,000 people came to see the show, the game, whatever the Dodgers, right? I mean, so come on, that you can't pay for this kind of marketing, people. You can't pay for this. So good, uninvite us. Get mad that we're going to be having queer night, Sisters for the win.
They became national news.
People who had never heard of the sisters did now.
And I just want to, just in case our copy wasn't clear, they're not an actual order of nuns.
Right. No.
They are a parody. They're essentially a comedy troupe. They are sarcasm. That's what they are. So they're not, to quote my good friend Ryan Naylor, I don't think they're real nuns. No, they're not. They're really not.
But they look fantastic. And they play the part so
the LA Dodgers baseball caps with the rainbow on the inside of it,
so
that was really
that was nice. There's two interesting things about the story, and it really has nothing to do with them at all, or even this story. The first interesting thing is that they feel like the organization of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, the exact words that they use, are offensive to Christianity and the Catholic Church. Yes, so this is America.
Right.
That's what we have the First Amendment about. That's why the Onion exists. That's why. That's why Saturday Night Live is nearly 50 years in longevity. That's what we do. That is what America is all about. We don't care that they're offensive to Christianity or the Catholic Church or to nuns. And if we did, what we would do is we would ban Fox News because it's offensive to us. Sean and Laura.
Your boyfriend got fired.
and
Your boyfriend lost his
Well, I
job.
was going to say, whatever the mimeograph seat is at 8 o'clock currently of Tucker Carlson, they are offensive to us. They're offensive to news. They're
the truth.
offensive to truth. They're offensive to our democracy. But they have every right to do it. There's a difference in the challenge. That's the ignorance that we're hearing here about them. The other big story here, quite frankly, is something that's unprecedented, because our governor in Florida weighs in on whether a baseball team is going to do X or Y at the stadium. And it's not he doesn't express, I don't think that they should be present. I'm happy that you banned them. I'm unhappy that you re-invited them. What was unprecedented of this presidential candidate is to lie about the facts of what happened. Forbes comes in and says, wait, it's a higher average. The number that came is higher than their season
usual
average.
Right.
And then the Dodgers report, in fact, wait, the number is actually 49,074 paid tickets.
Wow.
The presidential candidate of the governor of Florida is willing to lie to prove whatever he wants. That's the danger that's ahead of us. Who cares about the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and who cares about the Dodgers and baseball? What we should be caring about is this maniacal voice that will say and do anything he wants to get his point. That's what's dangerous. Keep watching the only television news in the world from our LGBTQ plus community, and stay informed on everything that is important for and about our diverse LGBTQ plus community.